Stockfold with all the guys. We've got Chris, we've got Pitman Dave over there, we've got Carl there. It's actually a nice day. We've got the Cougar, the wild thing. What is that thing? The wild thing.
Wild thing. I think it's a Cougar.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be an old set.
Nice, isn't it? But really, we'll try and get the old Tammy of Love out here. So we'll have a little battle in a bit. Loads of cars with us. This is getting a bit silly now. Yeah. Battle of the plastic.
So we have recently purchased a generator, which is running. It is quite quiet. I'm actually quite impressed. We're kind of a little bit away from where we're pitting. We've got a extension lead, so you can't actually hear it from where we're pitting. But with us doing, say, West London last week, we've got South Hants coming up. We've got Stockfold, which we're coming to quite a lot. We thought it was about time we got ourselves a generator of some sort. So this is obviously a petrol run generator, the Impact 1900 SIG. Yeah, really happy with it. So we now have charging.
Right, so I'm at Hearts. I'm doing a little bit of testing before the Popalong GP. Really tyres, to be quite honest. I'm not going to run that one, obviously. That's the B7. I am going to run this one. I've never known so much grip here at Hearts as there is today, so it's thrown me off a bit. So I'll put old mezzos on the rear, glued sidewall splinters, and actually it's going around the right. Can't film it because I'm on my own. The YZ10, beautiful. I've gone with what are these things? Mini darts here, and then there's mezzo jobbies at the front. So wide staggers. So and they got inserts in to take any bite out. So yeah, an interesting evening. I'm beginning to sort of tune the car with the tyres and get a real feel for it, because I've been doing it quite often. So I'm quite happy with the progress I am making. So looking forward to running these. I've tested them now. I'm going to go back out with this. So we've obviously got the Popalong Vintage Rally coming up. Sorry, the Vintage GP. Getting mixed up there. This is probably the hottest night of the year, and everybody's brought their cars out to play because I guess they're getting in some practice. Not just for our event, but what an evening. This is the hottest day of the year so far. My van read 34, 35 degrees, so much grip. I'm having to dial everything back. I can't really get much footage of my car because I'm actually quite busy, you know, trying to get it right, to be quite honest with you. But we're getting there. Okay, back in the man den, studio, car room, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to show you really a little bit about this car if you've not seen it before, and then I'm going to follow this up with some footage of it going around the Stockfold track. This is a little bit of a bitty video. Obviously, that we got some footage of Hearts that was there last night, and we've also got some footage of Stockfold as well, and we're all gearing up really to the Popalong Vintage GP, which will be at Hearts, as you are probably well aware. We have actually got, well, last time we checked a couple of weeks back, there was over 120 entries, so I don't know how many there are now, but it seems to be hugely popular. And you know, I've said it before a number of times, I think it's because these cars, when they're set up well, are just so easy to drive. This Cougar has to be my favourite car, and I have got a lot of cars, right? This is my favourite car. Just to take you through what I've done to it, we've got the upgraded roller drive shafts on there. We've got the Orca OE1, I think it is, yeah, OE1 with the Bluecon unit, so you can access all the parameters via your mobile phone, which is pretty cool. All bells and whistles, Futaba receiver, sorry. And we've got the quite expensive servo here. You'll have to bear with me, I'll keep forgetting, I've got so much kit and bits and pieces. It's the dash servo, which is the SS602 Aeromax. I suppose I better talk like I at least know what I'm on about. Anyway, you will also notice I have got big bore Team Associated shocks on here. Now, people will maybe have a bit of a pop about that and go, well, you should have them on there, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Why not? Why not? Because since I put them on there, right, this car is even better to drive now, to be quite honest. If I had the Cougar ones, the LD3 ones, I'd put them on, but I ain't got them. I had these lying around, so I stuck them on. And it is really, really nice. Reason I put them on is because if everyone else is using them and you're not, then you're at a disadvantage straight away. And they have made a difference. I don't care what anybody says. They have made a difference. I think the original shocks, if you work hard at them, you can get them to work right. I don't know what to do, right? I'll be honest with you, to get the best out of them. What else have we got? We've got the Pro transmission in there as well. And we've got an Orca 10.5 turn, which is the limits for vintage racing. And that, people, is about... Oh, no, hold on. We've got a ball race steering bits and pieces up here. I've got these little... They're quite nice colour. Other than that, it's as is, to be quite honest. And I love this car. And the reason I love it is because, and I've said it before, it's easy to drive. And I'm getting old. I'm nearly 50, people. But I do want a little bit of a rant. So let me just... Hold on. Right. I say a little bit of a rant. It's not a rant because I don't want to moan or anything. This is my beloved Team Associated RC10 B7, and I absolutely love this car. However, last night, and I didn't get any footage of this last night, I worked so hard to get in the A final, and I did. Now, there were some great drivers there last night. And I qualified 8th on the grid. There was 10 cars, so I was about where I normally sit, and I absolutely threw it away completely. I was grit rolling, it was turning over, I just could not string it together. And anyone standing beside me on the rostrum, I do apologise, because I was having, let's say, a little word to myself. We do get a bit passionate on the rostrum, don't we? But it was totally my fault. I think the thing is with this car, it is so fast, right? It is super powerful, and I love it to bits. But I do fear that I'm probably as good as I'm ever going to get, and I hate saying that because I do have an open mindset, and I do want to get better. So if anyone's, look, I'm even considering going over to an LD3, and I never thought I'd say that, but I haven't quite got the money for that, so I want to stick with this. You know, is it driving style, do you think? Is it set up? Maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe it was the hottest day of the year yesterday. Maybe I was just hot. I don't know. But I was putting in some good lap times. I don't know. If you've got any ideas, drop it in the comments below and stuff. But anyway, there you go. A little bit of a bitty video. I'm going to finish off with some of the trusted Cougar here. Going around the wonderful Stockfold track, and I'll talk you through it as we go. Okay, this was last weekend over at Stockfold, so I'll just sort of talk you through how the car's handling here. It's really, really soaking up the bumps with those Team Associated shocks on. I am taking it a little bit cautiously because at this point I was leading the final, although it probably doesn't look it. I actually ended up winning the A final, which was quite good. I was competing against Louise Oliver. Now, if you've ever met her, you will know she's an incredibly accomplished driver, and I think owing to the fact that she had a little bit of a tumble, I took the win, but only just. But yeah, soaking up the bumps. I'm taking it easy there. I could have got a bit closer to that apex, in fairness, but like I said, I was taking it a little bit easy. Didn't want to drive too hard. And at this point, I was using mezzos on the rear. I was using splinters on the front, and I glued the sidewalls just to take an initial bit of bite out because it's fairly grippy over there at the Stockfold track. That was quite nice. So I haven't watched this back. This is the first time I'm watching this back myself, actually. Oh, nicely done, Mark. Well done. Little hop over there. That was nicely done. It's just a case of really getting used to the track and getting as close as to those apexes as possible. There's Carl. He's got his car going pretty good as well, and I think he done reasonably well. He wasn't using the same tyres as me, so maybe if he does, then it will be a bit easier over there. But if you've ever got the chance to go to Stockfold, then please do. Our event is obviously at Hearts Nitro, and it's coming up very, very soon. If you haven't booked in, I should imagine there's a few spaces left. Have a little look. It's going to be vintage rules, so iconic vintage rules, revival vintage rules I should say, and it's going to be a cracking event. Like I say, there's going to be over 120 cars going around the track that day, so it should be really, really good. If you're passing and you just want to come and have a look, I don't see why not. There's lots to do at Hearts, to be quite honest. There's a few shops and there's a cafe and a few bits and pieces. There's even some lakes and there's a model shop. But anyway, the car is ready for action and I cannot wait to be running it. I will be running the YZ10 as well. Anyway, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong.